Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. This is your boy, the coach from the WWE. I would like to welcome you to the very first wrestling podcast in the world to take you on a weekly deep dive into classic matches along with legends of the squared circle. Enjoy the discussion. Enjoy the back and forth. There's so much to get into. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Payoff.
Welcome to an all-new episode of The Payoff. I'm Tom. That's Jeff. Episode number 317. And this is, by 3 years, the oldest match we've ever covered.
Yes.
Where'd you come up with this one?
Where did I come up with this one? So this was the after Hulk died, which great job. Go back and listen to Tom. I was on an airplane, so Tom made sure to record just a nice little episode for Hogan. And so make sure to go check that out. But this was one that you sent me a list of just random matches that he had. And so I there's like 25 or something like that. So some of them are long lost and missing tapes, or some are like audio only, really weird. But credit here, I'll shout out the Hulk Hogan archive on YouTube. Has a bunch of different matches here, really old stuff that even I haven't taken the time to kind of go through all of them to see what's there. But this was one that was on the list that you had that I was able to actually find video of that takes place before so many things happen. We almost, like I said, it's the oldest match we've ever covered. I think this is just I'm really excited. Like, I haven't watched past the first 10 seconds of this. I sent you the link. I was like, do not watch this though. Like, we're going to do this together. And so, yeah, I think it's just a lot of reasons to cover this one, and I'm super excited.
Yeah, I'm actually making sure to subscribe to that right now. The Hulk Hogan archive.
Yep.
This guy has 38,000 subscribers, and from what you said, there's a lot of good matches on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Some stuff that I'm sure you've never heard of. I had never heard of. There's some really good stuff on here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through it. Okay, good, man. I'm pumped to cover that one. It's, I know I'm like a little late to the party, but YouTube is pretty incredible. I mean, there's just, I'm starting to subscribe to more stuff, and some of the podcasts, like Logan Paul, I like watching the video of it if I can. So it's just kind of interesting to watch versus listen. So yeah, it's amazing the content that's on YouTube, and the documentaries and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I sent you the link for that Hot Ones when Cody was on Hot Ones and doing the wing challenge and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if you got the chance to watch that one, but that was great as well too. Like, they're just bullshitting eating wings. It's like the concept of that is just fantastic. But yeah, just really good stuff here. But I'm excited to hop into this one.
Good, man. Well, I am too. And let's go and jump right into the build.
Oh, it's time for the build.
All right, so Spectrum, Jeff.
Yes.
The Spectrum is in Philadelphia. So you had I wasn't even alive at this point, but you had like the Saturday nights at the Garden, you had the Saturday nights at the Spectrum, and these things would be aired on TV. And I know you're going to get into that, but this is the Philadelphia Spectrum, March 21st, 1981. Place is packed. Attendance of 17,678. These crowds, and I'm so excited to watch this, but these crowds are incredible because there's no cell phones. There's just people watching wrestling. And hell, half the building probably thought the stuff was a legitimate fight. So it's just a lot of fun to watch some of these older crowds. We start off, talk about some names. There's a lot of familiar names on here. Moondog King is going to pin Rick McGraw with a splash in 8 minutes. No idea who either of those are. Next, we're going to get the match we covered. then, and one of the things, and you'll probably talk about this, one of the fun things is, WrestleMania 3 Pontiac Silverdome was presented as the first time these two ever wrestled. So it's just amazing what you were able to do. Yeah, but people didn't know, right? I mean,
yeah. How could you?
Your WWF World Champion Bob Backlund is going to defeat Sergeant Slaughter in a steel cage match in 17 minutes. Stan Hansen pins Tony Garea and with an elbow drop at 8 minutes. Pedro Morales is going to retain the IC championship by pinning Moondog Rex at 9 minutes. Special Delivery Jones fought Bulldog Brower to a double DQ. Rick Martel is going to defeat the Hangman. It's not Adam Page. Larry Sharp is going to defeat Frank Savage. Yoshiaki Yatsu is going to defeat Baron. Looks like an Italian name.
Mikel.
Yeah. I don't know. And then Dominic DeNucci is going to defeat Johnny Rods. So a lot of Hall of Famers, not modern Hall of Famers, but people that have gone into the Hall of Fame either early on or as legacy or whatever they call that other wing. But really good stuff, man. So tell me, how did you get to this match?
So this was kind of get a little bit of background on here. That Wrestling at the Spectrum, like you said, in Philly, it was a monthly series that was produced by the WWE. F at the time. It was at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. It was really the Northeast Territory show before, like, it was the big show before you had, a lot of the territory expansion. And so it aired on TV. It was a Philadelphia area premium cable channel. And you could watch it that way, or obviously going. This was one where we're going to go back. So Hogan joined the AWA. He was filming Rocky III. He was competing in AWA. You also had Andre in AWA at the time too, and they were partnered. The two of them were actually a babyface team. More times than not, they went against the heel Bobby Heenan family, being led by Bobby the Brain Heenan. So I actually have a Hogan and Andre handicap match against the Heenan family for us to cover eventually here too. Now, as much as we know Bobby the Brain in his commentary, I've never seen one of his matches, so we're going to cover one of those as well too. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, and so we've got, again, that list you sent me was great, and so they were very much the faces on this one. They were the stable that kind of taking on others would team up with Andre and Hogan, but taking on Heenan's villains during this time. But again, both allies, both baby faces. Really them kind of partnering on this one. There was really no rivalry, betrayal, like anything. Like, they were just wrestling shows. Really, I mean, this is 1981. Really, until WrestleMania in 1987, we weren't really, like, they were just a tag team. Like, it was really weird. Not just a tag team, but that's what they were. And so it's less about the tension between them and more just you had two huge baby faces, both physically and just kind of in name notoriety, having this exhibition, match. That's what it is, and so it's face versus heels, in the territories. That's really the easiest way to describe this one. I feel like it strips away a little bit of it, but that's what it is.
Man, I'm so excited to cover this one.
Yes.
This is going to be fun. We got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, and I say we get right into it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
All right. So YouTube clip. We have it. You'll post it. This is on the Hulk Hogan Archive YouTube channel. Hogan Andre, March 21st, 1981. Jeff, are you ready?
Let's rock and roll.
All right, man. It's time for the payoff.
Ho! It's time for the payoff.
Well, here it comes, fans. Here it comes.
So not quite black and white, but it sure seems like it almost.
There he is, the incredible Hulk Hogan.
All right, so Incredible Hulk Hogan, no entrance music. He's got the cape. He's the heel. He's wearing red, waving his cape around. I know that, like, I will just say I always forget, or I'd say I used to forget how big Hulk Hogan was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just a big, big guy. Okay, now here comes Andre.
So fans are cheering for Hogan.
It's so funny. There's no entrance music, right? It's just
but they
so
are on
weird.
their feet for Andre. Yeah.
Yep.
Also in red.
Yep. Here comes Andre. So both guys in all red. Kind of funny.
So except both faces in this one too, but kind of squaring off.
And I mean, I've seen clips, but it'll be interesting to see a Andre match. Now, keep in mind, this is 6 years prior to WrestleMania 3. So, you hear obviously Andre slowed down, but like this is going to be 6 years prior to WrestleMania 3. Theoretically, he's probably moving around a little bit better. We'll see. It's just weird seeing Hulk Hogan as the heel. I mean, obviously, I know he played the heel in Black, but it's interesting in this stage to see him. And we forget. I mean, it's just so funny because WrestleMania 3 was the first time they ever wrestled, quote unquote. But they wrestled a ton prior to that.
So this was 81. Andre's American debut was 1973.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And so appearing in the WWWF, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. And so for Vincent J. McMahon's promotion. And so, but he did a little bit of time in Paris and then also Canada before making that debut in 73. So the look at the anger in the fans, even though he's the face, like they're just yelling at him. That's incredible.
Yeah. It's wild.
And so this is, for those of you that, just listening to this the first time, it's a grainy video, but it is from the show is what it looks like. It's not. I mean,
it's pretty decent. I mean, you can see what's going on.
Yeah, the production value is not great. They're real shaky. You can see the camera there. I do appreciate as much guff as they got for putting a logo in the middle of the ring. This ring has some kind of logo in the middle of the ring. I don't know for what.
It just says Spectrum, so it's
Spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's just for them. Okay, but still, like, hey, we got a logo there. Andre is moving pretty good. Like
he's moving really good.
Yeah, figure he's 10 years into his career at this point, but
suplex there. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's really fun watching Andre.
I think that's a good point here. Like, he debuted in 66, really 69 is when he was in Canada. Even if you say 73 is when, he made his WWWF debut. Like, yeah, I could understand by 87, people are like, oh, he's slowing down. Like, like he was, I hate to say it, but like he was old when at WrestleMania 3. Like, he had been around for a while. And so when they talk about, he's just so big and all the beers and all this other stuff you hear about, like, yeah, he had wrestled a lot before that WrestleMania 3.
So, okay, just timeline wise, remember, this is Hulk Hogan in the WWF as a heel. This is going to be before Rocky 3. This is obviously well before WrestleMania 1. So, and now Hogan's got Andre to bear hug, or at least he's trying to, which kind of looks ridiculous. So, keep in mind, he's gone. He does Rocky 3. He goes back to the AWA. Hulkamania gets started. He starts selling T-shirts. And then the big return. And this is, I don't even know if this match exists. I mean, it'd just be fun to watch. We wouldn't do an entire episode around it probably, but maybe we would. I don't know. We get to December 27th of 1983. So on December 27th of 1983, Hulk Hogan returns to the WWF. Okay. Now Hogan has Andre in a bear hug and off the ground, which is pretty wild. So December 27th, 1983, a good guy Hulk Hogan returns to the WWF. He defeats Bill Dixon in 3 minutes, and he's a good guy. And this is the beginning of Vince McMahon's national expansion. So Vince steals Hogan. Oh, body slam? Boom, there you go.
Wait, but I thought he'd never done it.
But at what price? At what price?
He did that with relative ease. I'm not going to lie. I bet you at the time that actually happened at Mania, Andre was a little bit bigger. Hogan maybe a little bit. Andre's actually looking like slim, if that's possible. Yeah. Like, yeah. And so yeah, it was just picked him up.
So Hogan comes back on this show, and the rest. I mean, the rest is history. It's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. These guys wrestled a ton, and they wrestled everywhere. Some of the ones 1980, they wrestled in Binghamton, New York. They wrestled at the Spectrum in 1980, Allentown in 1980, Madison Square Garden in 1980, the Boston Garden. I mean, they were just going around everywhere wrestling, Andre and Hogan, in 1980, even prior to this. They wrestled in New Japan in 82 and 83. It's wild how many times these guys wrestled. And it's just so
we
funny.
had
I mean, at least
like 11, we had no clue.
Yeah, at least 11 documented singles matches. But it's just it's probably it's probably way more than that. But it's crazy how many times these guys wrestled, which probably, not that we didn't already think it was a little ridiculous, but it probably makes the claim of Hulk Hogan saying, I didn't know what was going to happen at WrestleMania 3. I mean, clearly these guys had a pretty good relationship.
They're in matching tights. It's just not possible. Yeah, that it wasn't worked out a little bit more than that. Yeah. So you had Hogan working Andre over a little bit. Now you have Andre just kind of dragging Hogan by his leg. Yeah, just kind of working him at this point too. I can't imagine too, like, we can't transport ourselves like back to 1981, but to get that ticket and go see these two guys go at it, like, especially like Andre, like that is an attraction. Like that is really to see a person that size wrestling Hulk Hogan, who is somehow smaller than him, is incredible. What is Hogan doing there? Is he getting trash thrown at him? Or
last match of Andre's career was a 6-man tag in Japan in 1992.
Okay.
So you said he made his debut in 73?
Yeah.
Okay, so he wrestled for 19 years, believe it or not.
Crazy. Big headbutt there from Andre.
His last WWF match was a battle royal in Detroit in May of 1991. And he got eliminated because he didn't win the Intercontinental Championship in that match.
Not in his final match. Yeah. So Andre is throwing. He's got like a armband on. It looks like he's going to go for like a something here. We'll see what happens here. Oh yeah, big clothesline. Yep, taking Hogan out. It's just interesting to watch. Really, they're moving well. Fans are way more into it than some of the even current PLEs. It seems like, which is crazy. They're on their feet. They're cheering. They're waving their arms. Like people are going crazy out there. Yep.
Andre passed away like 6 weeks after that final match. He had that.
Did he have a blade job somewhere? Is he? Yeah. He's like a little bit of color.
Hogan is pouring blood from every pore.
I mean, this is like the second match on the show. I'm surprised they did blood. I wonder if it was hard. I mean, I don't know why it would.
That would explain. I saw Hogan doing something weird, and so yeah, I think he was going for the blade at that point. But he's bleeding pretty good out there.
Yeah, it's pretty wild that Andre passed away right after. that final match.
Big kick there, trying to take Andre down. Yep.
Another slam? Oh,
another slam, maybe. Oh, no. Oh, fast count. Holy shit.
Andre wins.
That's it. Failed at the counter, failed at the slam.
Hogan staggering all over the ring. He's attacking.
Geez, so Andre wins when he falls on Hogan attempting the body slam.
And now Hogan beating him up after the bell.
One of the interesting things, I think Eric Bischoff was talking about this on his podcast, but he was talking about how, back in this day, I mean, obviously they'd go to Philly every month. Some of these places they'd go to every few months. But when Hogan was a babyface, they'd always have to plan who the heels were that they were going to feed him. So Hogan was the meal ticket. Everyone went to see Hulk Hogan, but you couldn't have him keep working the same guy. So it's like, okay, Hogan's going to wrestle Kamala. Well, the 2 times prior that were in Philadelphia, prior to Hogan Kamala, we need Kamala to win and look strong. And maybe he attacks Hogan in one of them. So they did have to book this pretty far out, and they'd have to make whatever heels, Boss Man, Haku, name your heel. They'd have to make the heel look really good in the shows leading up to the one where Hogan was going to wrestle him. But you had to map these things out, 6 months, a year in advance, which is ironic because you had to do a lot more long-term booking then than maybe you did in the TV era.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's our match, man. Really, really good find. Really, really fun. Let's go to the aftermath.
Ho! It's time for the aftermath.
All right, what'd you think?
That was fun. That was to go that far back. I'm glad we did. I know, that kind of late 90s is our kind of sweet spot sometimes for the stuff we like. But this was, even just digging into this one and finding some of the information on it, like it was just really cool to kind of see. Yeah. And so I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was not a technical masterpiece by any means, but didn't need to be. It was just 2 of the biggest wrestlers at the time wrestling. And that's, what more could you ask for sometimes? Yeah.
I mean, glad we were excellent able to find match. Yeah. Both of them moving around really well.
How would you like
it was a lot of fun.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Really good stuff. So what do we got here? So this one, they were still aligned as faces, but of course, kind of having a little bit of back and forth here. It wasn't until WrestleMania 3 where we really got their kind of true feud at this point, and the jealousy, and of course the Piper's Pit. Andre tossing Hogan's championship belt in the trash. In '81, the expansion was happening as well too for the regions, but this was really part of the touring cards rather than. This is lines here. Hogan and Andre's matches were part of the typical touring cards rather than narratively charged feuds. And so kind of makes sense. Over the following months and into the mid-'80s, Andre mostly continued appearing at high-profile matches while Hogan's star power skyrocketed, culminating in WrestleMania 1 in 1985, in which fully launched the national Hulkamania area. So as you can imagine, no write-ups on this one. I even went way back, and the PWI was around, but couldn't find anything on this one when I was digging. Obviously, no reviews or anything. But this one, I feel like this one's a little tough to score just because of what it is. But what are you thinking?
So yeah, I mean it's like impossible to score, right? I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
And it's fun. It's an easy watch. It's 12 minutes. You should absolutely watch it. Is it going to be the best pro wrestling match you watched this year? No. Is there, a interesting story like there was at WrestleMania 3? No. It's far better when Hogan's the baby face and Andre's the heel, but a really fun watch. So I'll give it a really fun 6. How about you?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'll go even just a little bit more because it is, it does kind of blow up the narrative of what we know from '87. But I think that it is just fun. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5. It was just a fun match. Like, the crowd. I think the crowd probably is why I gave it that extra half a point. But it was really good. Like, it was just enjoyable. It's fun. Like, why not type thing. And so yeah, like you said, highly recommend. Whoever's out there, go check this one out because it was really good.
Good. Well,
awesome.
Good work as always here. I think that's a really, really unique one. Our oldest match, one of our most unique matches. And next week's a great one too. Shawn Michaels, Goldust in a ladder match. What?
Yeah. Who would have thunk? Yeah, absolutely. Taking place at a weird time here, but we're getting this one. So yeah, should be good though. Digging into the vault a little bit here, but looking forward to it.
Good. Well, I'm pumped to cover it. We appreciate everyone listening. We'll see you next week on an all-new episode of The Payoff.